Have you ever felt you're working hard but not getting ahead? Well, the journey to financial freedom starts with knowledge and education, and I'll help you break the cycle of working just to make ends meet and show you how to start building wealth. And by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of the difference between earning money and building wealth, and you'll be ready to start taking control of your financial future. Watch till the end, and I'm going to give you an opportunity. Stay tuned to find out. Do you want to break free from the rat race and build real wealth? Perfect. Let's start with the concept of rich dad, poor dad, and explain the key differences between the two. When it comes to money, there are two types of people: those who earn money and those who build wealth. The rich dad, poor dad concept was developed by Robert Kiyosaki, and it's all about understanding the difference between these two types of people. Let's take a closer look at what it means to be a rich dad and a poor dad. A rich dad is someone who understands that money is just a tool and that building wealth is more about investing than earning. They understand the importance of financial education, and they use their money to create passive income. They don't just work hard for money. They work smart to build wealth. On the other hand, a poor dad is someone who works hard for money, but never learns to create wealth. They don't invest in themselves or their future. They spend their money on things that don't create wealth, like fancy cars or expensive clothes. A rich dad knows that the most important asset is their mind. They invest in their financial education and learn how to make their money work for them. They don't just earn money and spend it. They invest it in assets that create more money. They understand that wealth isn't just about having a lot of money. It's about having enough money to live the life they want. They know that anyone can become a rich dad. On the other hand, a poor dad believes that money is the most important thing in life. They spend their money on things that don't create wealth, like expensive cars or clothes. They don't understand the difference between income and wealth, and they don't invest in themselves or their future. They don't take the time to learn about finances or make a plan for their money. As a result, they're always working hard and never getting ahead. Let's talk about how to become rich dad. The first step to becoming a rich dad is to change your mindset. You need to shift your focus from earning money to building wealth. You need to learn about finances and investing, and you need to be willing to take some risks. Once you've changed your mindset, you can start taking action to create wealth. You can invest in assets that will generate passive income, and you can make a plan for your money. The next step to becoming a rich dad. After you've changed your mindset, the next step is to educate yourself. You need to learn about money, investing, and how to create wealth. There are many resources available to help you, including books, courses, and even free information online. Remember, you have the power to change your life. So, if you're watching this video, it's because you're ready to take control of your finances and build wealth. I'm going to give you the tools and knowledge you need to make it happen. Let's start with some basic definitions. Income is the money you receive from your job or your business. Wealth is the total value of your assets, minus your debts. So wealth is more than just your income. It's your overall financial picture. Now let's explain why it's important to understand the difference between income and wealth. One reason is that income is temporary, but wealth is lasting. Your income can come and go, but your wealth can be passed down to future generations. Another reason is that income is active, but wealth is passive. Income requires your time and effort, but wealth can continue to grow even when you're not actively working. For example, someone who has a high income but no savings or investments is not wealthy. Their income may be impressive, but it's not going to last if they lose their job or have an emergency. In contrast, someone with a modest income but a lot of savings and investments is wealthy. Their wealth is not dependent on their income, and it will continue to grow over time. Now let's take this a step further and talk about how to shift from a focus on income to a focus on wealth. The first step is to reduce your expenses and increase your savings. The more money you save, the more you can invest. And the more you invest, the more your wealth will grow. So even if you don't have a high income, you can still become wealthy by being smart with your money. It's important to understand the difference between income and wealth because wealth is what really matters in the long run. Investing. Investing is the best asset you can ever have. Let's talk about the different types of investments, like stocks, bonds, real estate, and business ownership. Remember, the journey to financial freedom is a marathon, not a sprint. But with the right knowledge and tools, you can take control of your financial future and start building the life you want. Okay, here we go. The first concept we'll cover is stocks. A stock is basically a share of ownership in a company. When you buy a stock, you become a shareholder in the company. That means you're entitled to a portion of the company's profits. Let's talk about why someone would want to buy a stock. The main reason is to make money. When you buy a stock, you're hoping that the price of the stock will go up over time. If it does, you can sell the stock for a profit. Of course, there's also a risk that the price could go down and you could lose money. But remember risk-reward. Let's talk about bonds. A bond is basically a loan that you make to a company or government. In return for your loan, you receive interest payments, which are like rent for your money. When the bond matures, you get your principal back. Bonds are generally considered less risky than stocks, but they also offer lower potential returns. Real estate and business ownership are two of the most popular ways to build wealth. They both offer the potential for high returns, and they're both great ways to diversify your portfolio. So let's start with real estate. One of the benefits of real estate is that it's a tangible asset. You can see and touch it, and it has real value. It's also an inflation hedge, which means it tends to hold its value over time, and it can provide you with passive income through rent. Now let's talk about the downsides of real estate. First, it's not very liquid. That means it's not easy to turn it into cash quickly if you need to. It's also not very diversified. That means if you own just one property, your entire investment is dependent on that one property, and there's also the risk of vacancy, where your property is sitting empty and not generating any income. So now let's talk about business ownership. One of the biggest benefits of owning a business is that you can earn a lot of money if the business is successful. You also have the potential for greater control over your financial future. But there are also some risks. Businesses can fail, and they often require a lot of time and effort to be successful. And like real estate, they're not very liquid. That's all the things that will be a great wealth for your future. And remember, no one right way to build wealth. Everyone's situation is different, and the best strategy will depend on your goals, risk tolerance, and timeline. Yes, there's one more point I want to make, and that's the importance of having a plan. Wealth doesn't happen by accident. You need to have a strategy, and you need to be patient and disciplined. The most important thing is to get started. Even if you only have a little bit of money to invest, you can start putting it to work for you. But remember, it's risky. So before going to invest, first, learn and educate yourself. So what's your plan for building wealth? So that's all about in this video. Well, most of the people have skipped the video, but if you're still with me, then listen. I'm going to make a series of investing, where I'll teach you about investing beginning to advanced. And I'm damn sure with the knowledge I'm gonna share with you in my future video, it'll definitely gonna help you to make your wealth and become financially free at a young age. Stay tuned for my next video, where I'm gonna start with the basics of investing. Remember, you have the power to change your life. Just believe it, even if you don't believe it.